Am I the a-hole for telling my dad I won't join him for mom's death anniversary if my half-siblings are there? My mom died almost a year ago. She had cancer for 3 years. Her death was really hard for me 16F, but what made things even worse was I felt like my half-siblings 23 and 25 were giddy about the fact that mom had died. She was their stepmom for 20 years. They lost their mom 13 years ago, and I know how much they still miss her. They would always get really on edge on the anniversary of her death. I even saw them cry a few times. They never liked me seeing that though, and would tell me to get lost. My half-siblings used to blame my mom for their mom's death. They'd say it should have been mom instead of their mom. I get that they were kids, so I'm not going to say I hate them for feeling that way. But I think that hatred for my mom living longer than theirs stayed. I remember they never came to see my mom when she was sick, and they weren't here when she died, and when they showed up, they seemed so happy. They acted like it was no big deal. I could hear them laughing and giggling while Dad and I were going through funeral plans. A couple of relatives said it seemed so disrespectful for them to be so joyful around us, and how could they not hold it in given Dad and I had lost mom. Others thought they should at least look like they cared a little. But then I also heard them laugh off someone who tried to offer them sympathy at the funeral, saying mom wasn't anything to them and they didn't care. A few weeks after the funeral, they had taken down all traces of mom from their places, and they were warning him they had photoshopped her out of photos they posted online because now she's gone, they can make them look like they want it. Dad was so hurt and they argued, but now Dad is trying to talk them into joining us for her anniversary coming up. They already said no and said they have nothing to grieve and they don't miss her, but Dad still wants us to be together as a family. I told him I won't be there if they are, that I'm not about to spend the day with people who seem like they're glad mom's dead. I said she isn't their mom, but she is mine, and I love and miss her and don't want to be around people who show so much joy that she's gone. Dad told me he needs me and we should all be together, but I said no to that. So am I the a-hole here?
Here are the top comments, plus Opie's reply.
Not the a-hole. Your dad needs to stop trying to build a family and move on with the actual family he has left. Are they your dad's bio kids and their mom was his first wife? Do they blame your mom for breaking up their family? Whatever the circumstances, they are old and now to stop behaving like this. And your dad needs to accept that your mom's memory and your comfort and mental health will not be served by these two being at the anniversary. If anything, they should not even be told about when and where the event is happening.
OP replied,
Yes, they're my dad's bio kids. They blame my mom for living longer than their mom. They think she should have died instead and took their grief out on her. Which I get that they were kids, but after all this time and they had therapy, you'd hope they would be past that kind of dislike and almost joy that she finally died, which is how they were acting.
Not the a-hole, but your dad is. It sounds like Dad literally only cares about Dad. He is ignoring all of his children's feelings. I'm sorry for your loss and sorry your dad sucks.
Not the a-hole. Your feelings are completely valid. It's understandable that you wouldn't want to spend such a difficult day with people who seem to celebrate your mom's death. It's important to honor your mom in a way that feels respectful and comforting to you.